On the night of January 23, a drone attack took place in the Russian city of Penza. Ukrainian suicide drone struck an oil base. The impact caused an explosion and fire in the area. The debris of a downed drone fell onto the territory of the oil depot, causing a fire. Emergency services are currently working at the scene, Penza Oblast Governor Oleg Melnichenko said in a Telegram post. No casualties were reported, Melnichenko said, adding that mobile data restrictions were put in place amid the reported drone attack. Penza is located about 545 kilometers from Ukraine's northeastern border with Russia. In Voronezh Oblast, a home caught on fire as a result of fallen debris from downed drones, Governor Alexander Gyuzov reported. Independent outlet Astra reported that the incident took place in Rossosh, according to residents in the area. Ukraine considers Moscow's energy sites as military targets as they directly fund Russia's war against Ukraine. An oil terminal near the village of Volna in Russia's Krasnodar Krai was struck, sparking a blaze, killing 3 people and injuring 8 others, Governor Veniamin Kondratyev and independent media reported late on January 21. There is currently a fire at the terminals, with 4 oil product tanks on fire. To deal with the consequences, 97 people and 29 pieces of equipment, including employees of the Russian Emergencies Ministry, have been mobilized, Kondratyev claimed. Later, the Russian Ministry of Defense said that during the past night, air defense equipment intercepted and destroyed 12 Ukrainian drones. 7 UAVs were allegedly shot down over Belgorod region, 2 over Voronezh region and 1 over Bryansk, Penza and Astrakhan regions of the Russian Federation. The Russian Ministry of Defense traditionally does not report anything about the total number of drones that attacked military and energy facilities on the territory of Russia, as well as how many of them reached the target.
Да ну нахуй. Охренеть. Да ну нахуй. Охренеть. До сих пор горит. Оно до сих пор горит. Прям сильно.
Там дымило.
Да ну нахуй. Охренеть.
France's Navy, working with intelligence provided by the United Kingdom, on Thursday intercepted an oil tanker in the Mediterranean Sea that traveled from Russia, in a mission targeting the sanctioned Russian Shadow Fleet, officials said. According to Associated Press, French maritime authorities for the Mediterranean said the ship, the Grinch, is suspected of operating with a false flag. The French Navy is escorting the ship to Anchorage for more checks, the statement said. The tanker departed from the city of Murmansk in northwestern Russia, it said. Oil revenue is a key part of Russia's economy, allowing President Vladimir Putin to pour money into the war effort against Ukraine without worsening inflation for everyday people and avoiding a currency collapse. France and other countries have vowed to crack down on the sanction-busting shadow fleet of oil tankers, which experts estimate numbers over 400 ships. They are also trying to secure deals with flag-carrying countries to make it easier to board the vessels. Russia is using what is described as a shadow fleet to evade sanctions over its war on Ukraine. The fleet is a compilation of aging vessels and tankers owned by non-transparent entities with addresses in non-sanctioning countries, and sailing under flags from such countries. The French mission was conducted together with the U.K., which gathered and shared intelligence that enabled the ship to be intercepted, according to French military officials who spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity to discuss details of the operation. The ship was operating under a false flag from the Comoros Islands, which are off East Africa, and its crew is Indian, the officials said. It was intercepted in the western Mediterranean, off the southern Spanish coastal town of Almeria, the officials said.
During the Russian air attack on Ukraine on January the 20th, one nuclear-capable Tsirkon hypersonic missile, 18 ballistic missiles, 15 cruise missiles, and 339 drones were flying. Repulsing this attack cost Ukraine 80 million euros. But one missile that did penetrate caught Ukraine by surprise. Russia launched an RM-48U training missile for the first time. These missiles were decommissioned but have been reintroduced as offensive weapons, according to the Telegraph. Ukraine has no choice but to counter the revived zombie missiles using expensive defensive technology, which is likely a new Russian tactic to drain Ukraine of its resources, the publication wrote. The RM-48U, used as a target for training firing from the S-300 and S-400 anti-aircraft missile systems, is a modification of the conventional 5V55 or 48N6 missiles whose service life has ended. They are easily adapted and add weight to Russian bombing campaigns. The 5V55 and 48N6 missiles can carry a payload of 133 to 180 kilograms. It is unclear whether the missile that penetrated the Ukrainian air defense system carried a warhead or was used as a decoy. The RM-48U supersonic target missiles are based on the decommissioned or retired anti-aircraft guided missiles. They utilize all the old equipment sitting in storage, an unnamed military expert told Russian media. Now, surface-to-surface missiles are being produced using them by adding a warhead. This could be a warhead from the standard VF-55 and 48N6DM missiles, or a modernized high-explosive fragmentation version, said a Russian military expert. The publication noted that since these missiles were developed for completely different purposes, they likely lack accuracy. However, they increase the volume of Russian strikes on Ukrainian cities, forcing Kyiv to expend scarce and expensive resources on defense. Russia has long used interceptor missiles, which are anti-aircraft missiles designed to intercept incoming aircraft or missiles as an offensive weapon, said Mauro Gilli, a professor of military strategy and technology at the Hertie School. If you fire it on a parabolic trajectory, it will cause some damage on impact, even though the missiles are not used for their intended purpose, he added. However, Gilli cautioned against viewing the use of the RM-48U as a sign of Russia's shortage of missiles. He noted that it indicates that Russia is using everything at its disposal to strike Ukraine. These missiles no longer have any use because they are decommissioned, so the cost of using them is very low. Gilli added, the main purpose of using these missiles is to increase their mass, which means that the Ukrainian air defense system will not be able to intercept everything.